Good morning, everybody. It's Plan and Play Day. And our heat came on last night. And it was 39 degrees this morning. So please pray for everybody in in the mountains who lost everything. It's cold. It's cold out there. So y'all, I got a little coffee, but it's cold. Robert's going over to his sister's house to help with some trees today. And they still don't have water. So just keep them all in your prayers. Anyway, it's Plan and Play Day. We got stuff to do. And just get in here. Just get on in here. I am cold. The kiddies evidently had a party in here last night. Did you ever, when your children were younger and you left the house, and they're teenagers, you can leave them alone and you come back and the house is a disaster? Well, my studio is a disaster. These kittens, I'm never going to lock them up again. They knocked a lamp down, one of my lights. They had a wild party last night. A wild party, I'm telling you. So I'm going to have to take all my scarves and put them in a drawer because they're wild. They climbed the door, y'all. Anyway, get on in here. Get on in here. Let's get the chat up. There we go. We have our cell phones are not working today. I think they're working on, we went a week without cell phones here. It was crazy. Our towers weren't working, and evidently they're trying to fix something, or what we had was temporary and they're going back to trying to fix it. I don't know. But maybe they've got some kind of notification on a website somewhere. But I may not have cell service, but I do have internet, and that's all that matters. Having cats means hearing something crash in the middle of the night and deciding it's tomorrow's problem. That's so right, Margaret. That is so right. The the lamp they knocked off is a weighted studio lamp, and if it had hit him, it'd have killed him. It'd have killed him. But they must have just pulled on a wire and it got top heavy. Oh well. So come on in. Today is Plan and Play Day. A lot of people couldn't have even fathomed what happened in Western North Carolina. We've seen, 20 years ago, or when I volunteered with the geology class, when we'd have a bad rainstorm, we'd get on a little bus and ride around and find the little landslides. These weren't little landslides. They were tsunamis. Now, it's not a true tsunami, because a true tsunami is a wave that's created by an earthquake. Well, the earth quaked all right. The ground got so much rain and it soaked in until it liquefied. Liquefaction. That's another earthquake term. It just became a flow. And in volcanic stuff, it's called a pyroclastic flow because of the rumbling of the volcano and the gases that flow out of it, and then it just starts coming down the mountain. We've seen landslides before in Western North Carolina. We've seen them, but we've never seen them this widespread. So please keep everybody in Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, up into Virginia in your prayers, because it's getting cold. And as Pinball was saying this morning, we're tough. We are tough people. We know what we need to do, and we just start doing it. We just see a need and start filling it. I watched a couple of kids the other day on a YouTube channel who were fixing a bridge. I heard of a bridge this morning that people fixed with some flatbed trailers. They just put two trucks that were caught up in the flood. They drug them out. They had flatbeds on them. They put them end to end and used them as a bridge. Wow. We can do what we need to do. Somebody's asking if I watched NCIS Origins yesterday. Yes, I did. Yeah. It was good to see Leroy. It was good. I can't even think of his name, but it was good to see him. So here's to getting done what needs to get done. Whew. See, they still don't have water at Robert's sister's house. Don't know when they're going to get it. Don't have a clue when they're going to get it. And there's no place to buy containers that have containers that we can put water in and take to her. You can't put it in a 5-gallon bucket and drive it over there. I may fill up some mason jars for her. Anyway, somebody said the other day, anytime you've got a canner going and you don't have enough jars you're only canning 5 jars and you got room for 7, put 2 quarts of water in a mason jar and can that. And it becomes sterile water for cleaning wounds and things. There's just miracle stories out there, y'all. Everywhere, miracle stories. This one little boy who was trapped in his house, his grandparents' house, and the dog found him. Looked like a blue tick hound dog or a bird dog of some kind. A dog found him. And he was in the hospital in Concord, North Carolina. It's where they had to take him. So Tuesday is our plan and play day. This week we're in our main bathroom and another room, your extra bedroom. You know, Christmas is coming on. You're going to have people coming to your house, and you might as well get that ready and out of the way so you don't have to think about it. We start our Christmas missions next Monday. And I'm getting you to start thinking about decluttering toys, decluttering clothes, just to make room for stuff. Somebody got their dining room table cleaned off. Well, I've been cleaning out the week of the storm. I was cleaning out stuff in my kitchen because I could, and I was bored. I was listening to a book, and I started putting things on the table, which is not a good idea to do because some of the stuff is still there. So I got to while Robert's cleaning off trees and stuff, I'm going to clean off my dining room table. Somebody's husband brought them flowers to put on the table. How beautiful is that? That's lovely. So, y'all, plan. This is plan and play day. I know you want to do something fun, but we got to get something done before we can do something fun. And what are we going to get done? We're going to plan our menus for the rest of this week and next week so that you can get those groceries in the house. Now, it may be simple food. I mean, I've been craving chicken and dumplings. Yum. Chicken and dumplings. Chicken pot pie. Just comfort food. Comfort food. I'm hearing a noise. Don't know what it is, and I've shut the cats out of here. That gives me the ability to think. Anyway, folks, plan your menus. What's for dinner tonight? Everybody put it in the chat. What are you having for dinner tonight? Simple stuff. We had teriyaki beef last night with rice. It was yummy too. And I watched a lovely recipe today where somebody had trimmed up some beef and they had a bunch of little pieces of beef that had probably a little more fat on it than we want. But they put it in a pan and stir fried it around and added an egg to it and some rice, and they had beef and rice stir fried, utilizing leftovers, utilizing cuttings off of something. Maybe you got a roast that just doesn't look quite like you like it. I cooked chicken Alfredo last night. Yay. Hamburger helper, mashed potatoes, creamed corn. Yummy. Shrimp scampi, green beans, and garlic bread. Chicken, cold string bean salad, and mac and cheese. Now, a lot of people, when you don't have an oven, you can use a crock pot, or you can use your grill, or invest in a what's it called? And one of those oven air fryer. It's really just a little oven. Chicken enchiladas. I've got packages of enchiladas sauce. I've got tortillas. I could make up some chicken enchiladas. You put some chicken, little pieces of chicken, and I even got some freeze-dried chicken that would work really well for that. I need to practice that recipe. Some freeze-dried little chicken cubes it is roasted chicken, and I could hydrate that with water, hot water. You do hot water to get it hydrated, and add a can of Rotel to it, and I would put a little cream cheese in it to make it creamy, and put that in a tortilla, roll it up, and pour some enchilada sauce over it. I put family freezer meals in my Instapot. Yep. Supper done in minutes. A lot of people are scared of an Instapot because it is a pressure cooker, but it works. It does what it needs to do. But start planning your meals. Have a basic weekly plan to your meals. Monday's Mexican, Tuesday's chicken, Wednesday is clean out the refrigerator day. I cleaned my refrigerator out yesterday, wiping down some shelves. I had a sink full of hot soapy water, and it just didn't need to go to waste. So I moved a few things and cleaned out the door because stuff spills. And it worked. It worked well. Fish tacos using cod topped with strips of baby spinach and thin sliced radishes and cheese. Y'all are so good. Are the orders being sent out after the bad weather? Yes, we're shipping things. We're shipping things. Yesterday was a holiday, so nothing got shipped yesterday. But yeah, they worked last week, and week before that they didn't know because we had no power. I also have and you can probably find these at thrift stores, an electric skillet. It's amazing. An electric. I bought a new crock pot before the storm hit, and this crock pot is a Dutch oven. Do you know that I could probably use that to bake bread in if I needed to? But I've also got a bread machine. So get your appliances going, y'all. See how many appliances you can get going. Your bread machine, make a big old pot of soup. Big old pot of soup and your bread machine going. Make a big old pot of potato soup. That's one of the easiest soups you can make. Little chicken broth, some leftover mashed potatoes, and bam, you got soup. Leftover mashed potatoes and some cream cheese or some heavy cream. You've got a meal, a hearty meal. Y'all, a lot of people are suffering with a stomach bug. One of my favorite podcasters, the Max Colby is his name. He's had stomach bug. It's not bothering the kids too much. They have a few children, but he's really been down with it. So be ready. Are you prepared for a stomach bug? Do you have electrolytes in your house? You can turn those electrolytes into little popsicles for the kids just to get some electrolytes in them. Lori's right. Electric roasters are great. I watched a lady from West Virginia make her mama's stuffing in a turkey roaster. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of Instapots. I grew up using pressure cookers, so I'm not scared of it. It's just not one of my favorite tools. It's not my go-to thing. Anyway, folks, plan your meals. It's going to make you feel better knowing that you have the food in the house to cook those meals. Use what you've got in your refrigerator. Do you have a cabbage in your refrigerator you need to utilize? I love to make corned beef and cabbage. So take some time today to plan these meals, get the grocery list going so that you will have the food in the house, or plan your meals out of what you got in the refrigerator and what you need to cook out of the freezer and your pantry. Having a stocked pantry can help you not have to go to the grocery store. And if worse came to worse, when we were having our storm and no power and just the generator running one plug in and our lights in in the living room, we were able to cook with a crock pot. Not overfilling them. There's usually a line in them. It's a fill line. And you can make a meal out of cabbage. You can cut it up into squares. You put some hamburger meat in a pan and brown it. Add the cabbage to it. You got cabbage hamburger helper. Put some veggies in it. Having a stocked pantry. It's better to have a stocked pantry and not need it than to not have one and be hungry. So think about stomach virus. Robert went to the funeral yesterday, and as soon as he got home, he washed his hands because he shook hands with a lot of people. So get your appliances going, get your dishwasher going, and so you got clean dishes, especially if a storm is coming. I had to wash a whole dishwasher full of dirty dishes the Thursday before we got power back on Friday or Thursday night late. I'd already washed them all. I I heated up water in my new crock pot, which will boil water because you can do a temperature setting. So I did 230 degrees, filled up, put a little bit of cold water in it so I could put my hands in it. And I washed those dishes in no time at all. No time at all. So stay focused on what you can do with what you have. Get your appliances going. I was thinking, well, how could I make bread? Well, I have a bread machine. I could plug it in and still make bread. I have a backup jackery that would be great for plugging in something if we had to. Taco hamburger casserole. You just can't get any better than that. So, folks, plan those meals. Come up with a basic weekly plan to your week for menus. Monday, Mexican or meatless Monday. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. A lot of people do Taco Tuesday. I don't I don't really know about I don't like crunchy stuff like that, but somebody took tacos the other day, had some enchilada sauce, took the tortilla and flipped it in the enchilada sauce, and then put it in crumbled up Doritos. Crumbled up Doritos. And then hung them over the racks in her oven and made taco shells out of them. Yeah, we have backup bread in our freezer. I don't eat a lot of bread, but Robert loves it, and he's about this big around. Taco Stir Friday. That's cute, Katie. That's cute. We do pizza on Friday. Our Pizza Huts had a hard time, especially with the curfews. They all live in Henderson County, and they had to be back home by 8 o'clock, or they get stopped. And Robert couldn't figure out why the restaurant inside wasn't open. It's just Robert was standing in line to place an order when our phones weren't working, and the Pizza Hut manager came out and talked to him. And Robert said, "Well, why's the restaurant not open?" And he said, "Well, we're all from the same area, and we've been carpooling together, and we're in a curfew." So plan those meals. Friday for us is always pizza. It's always been that way in our home. Friday's pizza day. Thursday, soup and sandwiches. Or Wednesday can be soup and something else. Maybe you clean out some leftovers and eat them, or you make surprise chicken. You just put some stuff in a crock pot and throw some chicken thighs in with them, and you got surprise chicken. Y'all, you can get some inspiration on YouTube, I'm telling you. Meatless Mondays, put on a pot of beans, and then you can have refried beans, pinto beans. You can have refried beans later, or black beans. Somebody made a wonderful dip this morning, and don't y'all start going nuts, but they used Velveeta and Colby and all kinds of other stuff and put it in their grill, in their smoker at 350. And they had hamburger meat and sausage and made rotel and a can of jalapenos, and wow, that looked like a good thing for tailgating on a Saturday or a Friday night. We have backup. Some of our food that we have is rice and beans, black beans and rice. A little Cajun seasoning, you're good to go. And it's a staple in a lot of places. Breakfast for supper is always good. It's always good. But there are wonderful casseroles that you can make for breakfast. Like put down some sausage patties or brown up a whole pan of sausage, and then scramble some eggs and put some cheese in it. And somebody did something yesterday that I never would have thought of. Instead of just putting scrambled eggs in this casserole, they broke whole eggs into the batter, into the egg batter, and they had eggs like anybody would like, and then topped it with cheese and all kinds of stuff. So you could make ahead a casserole for the for Christmas morning or whatever, so that you're not in the kitchen while everybody's opening up presents. Does anyone have a good natural recipe for electrolyte drinks? There are some on YouTube. It You have to add some salt to it to get the so that you retain the fluids. But look on YouTube for homemade electrolyte drinks. Well, y'all, my sweet darling's coming home. He's getting ready to go to his sister's house. I will talk to you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Y'all get your calendars ordered. Uh, Thank you all for understanding about the storm. If you want to help us in any way to help others, you can donate on our website. We thank you all for everything, because Justin's running into people at Lowe's, people he knows from church and different things. And this one guy, his rental house was destroyed. There was somebody without a home. And Justin was going to go help him tear things out so they can put back. It's what you have to do when it floods. Y'all, I remembered many years ago when I was 5 or 6, us having to be rescued from our home. We had water in our home. I'll never forget it. I had forgotten it, but I remembered now. They came and got us on a tractor. I was in Mayfield, Kentucky. Anyway, y'all, I love you, and I will see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Be good, kind, and sweet. Dear Father in heaven, please be with my fly babies all over the place. When they are prepared, they are calm. And when they're calm, the rest of the family is calm. Have a plan. Help them to have a plan, Lord. Keep them calm during the storms. All these things we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen and amen. Anyway, let's see. Somebody says 1 cup dilutes in a quart of water and a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, folks. Y'all, I guess that's for electrolytes. Y'all, the cat tried to get me the other night. I'll see y'all later. Be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself. Because when you're good to yourself by cleaning out your refrigerator, getting those appliances going, you'll be amazed at how your house is going to look. Be kind to others by taking a plate to your neighbor. So give us a thumbs up and let that joy that's in here show the world who you are, a child of the Most High, the only living God in the universe.